Today is April 24th. It's about 9:12 p.m. Okay. And today when I told you they always make issues when I'm cooking. So, and especially when someone says something about my cooking, especially they want to make issue about that particular dish. Okay. So before even I started cooking, my mother-in-law, she came and I was having this green mung outside, so, sitting on the counter, and I was about to pressure cook it, right? And she's like, "Oh, only this much mung is there. Will that be enough?" I'm like, "It's just three of you." And even yesterday I cooked something and there was leftover, and I had to eat the food. And in the video, I said that they placed stone in that food that from the leftover that I had to eat, because whatever I cook separately, everything of them, and mine is separate. So they either wanted to tell that the food is contaminated, because they touch with all the contaminated hands everywhere in the kitchen, and so I cook everything myself. My cooking is all different for myself. So either they want to make issue about that, or she said something about cinnamon in that particular curry. So either they want to make issue about if one thing she says something and they want to make issue. So today she made issue about the quantity of that green mung, right? So now, and she's like, "Oh, so these are soaked beans." I'm like, "Yeah," and the quality wasn't as right, where it would sprout. Somehow it's the skin is not coming off. The skin needs to come off after you soak in water for it to sprout, and so it wouldn't sprout. It's just the type of this particular mung, and so I pressure cook it, and I make it like a soupy kind of stuff where you can eat it with rice. So I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I'm about to do." And so she was making faces, and she went into this negative mode, and she was like looking at me and just watching over what I'm doing, and as if some instructor or some teacher is looking at you while you're giving exam. I'm like, what the heck? So I knew that now she's making all these faces, and she's in this negative mode already. So these people are gonna make issue. I already knew it. So I already did entire cooking of that lentil soup. I cook rice, I cook all that. At last, when I was about to put the cilantro in there, that is when they started to pull my right side of my eardrum. Oh, because why? Oh, because they got the, they got that one point that they are looking for to make issue. So now they want to make issue about that. So they started to pull my right side of my eardrum. That's it. Then I'm done with that. Rice is done. I'm cooking potato curry, right? There today they try to do a little bit here and there, but not much. Then when I'm serving them, and I was just sitting while they're eating, and I was just looking in my, in their plates, just to make sure if they need anything, because, the other stuff is on the counter. And they started to play Spectrum ad. And I knew that they will make an issue about it. "Oh, look, you should have Spectrum. You made this, you made that." Guess what? The monks were more than enough. My father-in-law, he took twice. My mother-in-law, she took twice. Mung, she took twice. The rice, she took. Even my father-in-law took the rice twice. Mung, they both took twice. Even my hubby took some mung little bit, and they both had the potato curry that I'd made. Even that they took twice. So then they immediately we were playing something on the TV, and I told you how they even synchronized the advertisement just to give all these subliminal messages to me right after that Spectrum ad. So first they are making issue by pulling my right eardrum and giving me shooting needle pain in my waist and pelvic area, and all that is going on. And then suddenly, just because they ate properly, so now they are immediately started to show. For very first YouTube video I see is of Michelin star. Indian is the Indian chef or Michelin star. And so I knew, oh, just because now they ate, so the food that they wanted to make issue so much about suddenly became good. You see how they hone into all these little stupid things. Oh, you do this, I do that. That's what these evils and devils do. Now, their purpose is, of course, first is super interrogation. Like Richard Boylan says, they do super interrogation of StarSeeds. Who? Delta Force, military, NSA, FBI, CIA, all these people. Why they do super interrogation? Because we are the threat to UFO cabal. What is UFO cabal? It's Illuminati, it's Lucifer, fallen angels, demons, witchcraft, and all these, their new world order. It's a Luciferian and Antichrist new world order. Why we are threats? Because we have this God energy, source energy. We are like from the Jesus Christ bloodline or whatever it is. So we have this pure soul. Now, just because we have the source energy, they need to harvest the energy. So they need to make issues about every little thing, so that I go into this negative mode. I have this fear, I have this anger over, and then suddenly I'm like, because they started to pull this right eardrum, or even give me like little press on the right side of my head, or some minor electric shock or shooting needle pain on the right side, I have to go through physical pain because of my mother-in-law, because she said something. So somehow the anger immediately goes there, and although I didn't say anything to her, but it's the anger. So my energy, they try to put me in this anger mode. It's called provocation, right? So just because I knew that why they are doing, and ultimately they failed, because everything turned out good. My whatever I was thinking about the quantity, even that turned out good, perfect. In fact, I had leftover Mongol, just a little bit. It was very little bit. It was leftover, but I had it. But they wanted to make issue about it, just to have my source energy, because fear, anger, anxiety, and sexual, and all these energies that we leash out is used by these entities. And I'm gonna read, I already showed you when I went to this bio.net guy, that they are using this electronic surveillance project. And do not believe when they say it's no longer in operation. They write all this on purpose, and they manipulate all these dates and everything. Okay, so this man is actually talking about the current thing. And don't forget this homemaker's recipe, because that is what they do with me, right? You do this, you don't do that. You cook this, you don't cook that. You cook like that, you don't cook. You eat this, you eat. It's a homemaker's recipe, right? Even for my cleaning, they want to make issue about, oh, you touched here. Like today, they did so much issue about that little strap, water bottle strap. So much so they had to put a cop in the grocery store, right? I showed you all that in my previous video. So this guy has already said that these people, they do all these satanic cults are involved, UFO cults, directed energy technologies, right? They tell you right here, a controlled and compliant media. So media is there to deny all of this. They do violent, sexual, physical, and psychological abuse to the children over the period of 15 years, which produce generations of dissociative automatons who will comply with instructions in obedient, unquestioning fashion. So this is what they are doing with me. And ultimately, they're going to use me for whatever, the UFO abduction, or they're going to use me for some other stuff. But they have a lot of other programming going on here. And they tell you how they're going to use all these holographic projections, capabilities, technocratic RMS scenarios, experimental aircraft, induced auditory input. So it's like, they will have all these, once they do their fake UFO invasion, they'll have all these things going on at the same time to portray, to show the world that God is talking to them. So they're gonna do this induced auditory input, and they don't do it. It's some people, they call it V2K, voice to skull technology. They do induce thoughts on me, like I said in my today's video, how they did induce thoughts. Oh, you're strapped us here. We figured out, oh, now you're being vigilant that you're not touching the strap. Oh, we're gonna make issue about this. That BS. Uncontrollable dissidents will be assassinated. Okay, uncontrolled dissidents will be assassinated, preferably by directed energy means. Okay. So that is how, if they do it via directed energy means, like they are doing it with me, then, they don't have to, like, they won't get caught, because the FBI, CIA, they are not coming right at me and shooting me, or, slashing my neck, So this is how they can do it remotely. They can just kill me remotely in this manner, or they can have me commit suicide. I'm going to go, I've already talked about this article a lot, how they're going to induce the crime in the society and all that. Everything is mentioned in this article. Um, okay. So I'm not going to go over this article. I'm going to go over this article. It's called ascensionavatar.wordpress.net. It's by um, Lisa Renee, Raisha World. Okay, and here she talks about all these greed system and why we starseeds are targeted. So the solar Raisha are the direct Sophianic embodiments of the dark matter field that birth light seeds or like star seeds, which ignites the eternal spirit body source field into the planet and brings about the correct proportions of electromagnetic properties in the planetary grid system that naturally generates the abundant and free energy source of 0 point. So she's talking about these Sophianic embodiments of the dark matter field that is birthing the light seeds, like us, I believe, like the star seeds, and it's igniting the eternal spirit body source field into this planet. And we have somehow, I don't know, the correct proportions of electromagnetic properties that in the planetary grid system that naturally generates the abundant and free energy source of 0 point. Now you can look up all these little wordings in the like dictionary. They what is 0 point, what is this solar radiation, and all that Sophianic embodiment. I try to look it up, and as I read more and more, it's so deep down. Anyways, the cosmic spirit body and the Mahara Raisha son of the triple solar Raisha and Yana forms were severely damaged from artificial machinery systems used to produce assorted AI harnesses and sound template distortions that accumulate, mash like sticky membranes of black goo. And I believe this black goo Almas Jacob has spoken a lot about, which is nothing but graphene. So it accumulates mash like sticky membranes of black goo, and I believe it's graphene, miasma, and inorganic dark matter. This artificial overlay with dark matter and black subtle forces has been manipulated with the controller's assorted electromagnetic weaponry and technology aimed at humanity to spread satanic entities for colonization. Okay. These are made of the inorganic AI hybridized substances used for the purpose of spreading energy parasites and opening dark portals into neighboring artificial systems. The fruits of the many labors of the Christos Guardian groups have been demonstrated through the ultimate dedication and Herculean efforts that finally freed the Malchis, I don't know how to pronounce the logos, but I believe this name is in Bible, I believe, from the Nibiruan net and resulted in the sacred union merge with Eliza, which opened the creation door into the Mahara Raisha, where the 7 spirit sons of Ayer Adonis are located. The cosmic spirit body holds its own tri-matrix of cosmic hall of records, which then begin to rejoin with the matter worlds throughout creation in order to correct the instruction setbacks into the diamond sun DNA pattern by restoring the universal laws. The complete cosmic records are being accessed as a result of the hierogamic union of so-and-so universal logos, which open the gateway for the triple solar Raisha suns from the mother's universal dark matter matrices in HU6, so they could also enter into our matter realms through the creation doorway and embody their correct cosmological position in the time matrix. As we are remembering and reacquainting ourselves with the triple solar feminine Christ or solar Raisha of the Mahara Raisha, it is apparent that many of the divine female Sophianic counterparts of our Emerald Order Christos teams were from the Mahara Raisha sons and were doing all they could to defend the Hara Krista staff access that lead directly into the central core of Cosmenia. Okay. I don't know. So somehow she's talking about this feminine, divine, Sophianic Christ energy, like solar feminine Christ energy. And like I told you, when I was watching Angels and Demons, Tom Hanks movie. No, it was Da Vinci Code. That is when it was 11:30 p.m. at night. I was all alone in my house, and at the dialogue, when this nun is telling to this girl that you are from Jesus Christ bloodline, that is when it was so extremely loud raving of the vehicle engine happened at 11:30. I've shown you in many of my videos that so say my living room is here, and right outside the window there is a road going here. Like, it is not the main road, it is still within my neighborhood. We have a lake, and so there is a bridge there, and so someone came near my house on that bridge area and revved up the engine, their vehicle engine so loud at that particular dialogue, because this is how they have seen the movie or whatever, and so they know what is the next dialogue. So they will have their all these perps ready to do something, to give me all these signals at a particular time. Like I said, like CIA guy Robert Duncan says, they can do improbable synchronizations. So this is how they synchronize everything. But they in the thing, they always give me all these subliminal messages. So and the same thing Darlington Moses talks about in his book, right? Targeting of Starseeds, Darlington Moses, right? He talks about the same thing, that we have this source energy, we Starseeds, and so we are like this God, and so we have just forgotten who we are, and so these people need to harvest our energy because other people are like soulless. And so see, and he said this is why the soulless soul targets the star seeds. Okay, so we have two distinct races on this planet, the starseeds and the soulless beings. The starseeds are the part of the prime source consciousness that existed on one being before breaking up. They have the consciousness that holds the universe together on everything. Every starseed is a portal of source consciousness. They are fragment pieces of the whole, and they have a right to act as the whole in every aspect. The world as we know it, the good, the bad, and the ugly, was manifested because of the power of starseeds. We own this universe as the united front of starseeds. This is why the soulless souls target the starseeds. They want to use the starseeds to create what they want for themselves. Starseeds are the only sources of energy that can manifest things, okay? And while he's saying this, I'll also tell you how these people have manifest. I don't know if it is manifesting of what I say, but most of the news channel I see, anything, be it on YouTube, be it on sometimes Facebook or WhatsApp message, or the main news channel, even like, the worldly, I'm talking about the worldly events. They will start to synchronize every single thing I say in my life. Most of the major worldly events you see around the world, okay, from earthquake to some UFO shooting down of some UFOs, or you see some fire, or you see some, a lot of other stuff that you see in the world. A lot of it comes from my own synchronizations. I might have either said something about it, or I might be thinking about something, or I might be just watching something, and just to synchronize that, they will do something. I think they are doing it on purpose. A lot of it is they are doing it on purpose. And a lot of the news even that come out in the main news channel, a lot of it is fake. And sometimes the CIA people, they'll let me know that, oh, here you're gonna watch this. For example, I was watching an astrologer's video. Okay, he was the only person on this entire earth who said that Russia is going to do first bomb blast or first attack, basically first attack between 3 and 5 in the morning. And so CIA just gave that particular news in the main news stream media very next day, right after I finished watching that astrologer's video, that, oh, Russia is gone. Our intelligence has figured this out. Our intelligence agencies have figured out that Russia is gonna attack, the country in 3 to 5, between 3 to 5. I think Ukraine between 3 and 5 a.m. Okay, exactly same words, same, and the only person on this entire planet who said this was that astrologer. And I know that CIA, FBI, all these people are just watching me 24/7, 365 days. That is their thing, right? And they synchronize every single thing I do in my life. So and this was in news, and so everybody thinks, oh, look. And it was so stupid that even people were laughing, the news reporters, a lot of news reporters, a lot of the other who are sane people who understands simple logic, that, even if anyone knew that Russia is going to do the attack between 3 and 5. Well, first of all, Russia is not going to let anybody know about it if it's going to be so super secret and he's going to do it secretively. Anybody does attack, oh, I'm not going to announce it. So your intelligence agency coming to know that, it's like BS. Secondly, even if you know, why would you announce it to the world, right? So now if Russia is even thinking to do it, he's not going to do it, right?